Travels with Lucky here. Hey, I did a video of Highway 287 yesterday between Twin Bridges and Sheridan. You probably heard about all the accidents, and they closed it down for a long time because of not so much because of the snow, but because of the wind, and it was blowing that light snow over, especially down there by the vet's office. They got piles of snow over 10 feet high, and actually after like Wisconsin Creek on down through by the vets. And so I thought it might be interesting for some of you to see what those road conditions are like. And Montana can be pretty dangerous for those of you who haven't experienced a winter here. And this winter we have had a genuine full-blown winter, believe me. Now I'm standing outside giving this introduction, and I think it's about 10 below, but as you can see behind me, the nice thing is, well, the sun's out and it's nice blue sky, so it doesn't feel that cold, but with the wind chill in some places it's like 30, 35 below zero. It doesn't feel like that to me. It feels actually pretty nice just because the sun makes it seem so warm. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this drive. We're going to go down Highway 287 from Sheridan down to Twin, and I'll do a little narration in between it. So, get ready for a winter ride. Okay, so we're just leaving Sheridan, and I have this fast forwarded a little bit because this part wasn't too bad, but you go not too far and you can see how it starts glazing over the road. And of course what happens is you end up with ice and snow. And now here's where this is where we're just going to be crossing Wisconsin Creek, and you can see already up ahead right there at that point is probably one of the worst. Now this is just driving like time and a half, and it was pretty bad. Now today I went through again and you could see where the snow really drifted over, but it just comes up out of nowhere where all of a sudden you can't see. And the storm that really took out a lot of people, I mean like their cars, they went off the road. I don't know how many cars we saw on the road. You count them. You tell me in the comments how many cars you notice on the side of the road as we go down. See, it comes and it goes. That's how it is driving in Montana. You never know what to expect. So you really always got to be prepared, and definitely do not use speed control. I think some people don't realize that. You never want to use it where there's possible road conditions. So here, it's perfectly fine. It could be perfectly fine. You leave your house and you think, oh, good, the roads are good. Well, just watch. We're actually right now we're 4 miles out of Sheridan, heading north toward Twin Bridges, Montana. There's still glare ice patches, which is sometimes worse than having solid ice because you never know when they're gonna show up. Now here's the beginning of it where they just cars everywhere in the ditch. I heard at one time there were 9 cars piled up. I thought I had heard there was a fatality, but upon further inquiry, I did hear that there wasn't a fatality, but nobody really knows for sure. So here it is. Those winds are really strong, and this wasn't even half as bad as it was the night before when all these cars ended up going in the ditch. But those are some really, really strong winds. Keep track of these cars here and let me know in the comments how many you see. Today, actually, they're still there because it's so dang cold today. They're not getting them out. This is pretty much across from the vet's office there. Boy, did they have a mess. They still can't get their one driveway opened up. There must be 10 feet of snow piled up in front of their office. That's really the worst of it right there by Wet Georgia and the vet's office. But you just can't take anything for granted when you're driving down these roads. I mean, even if you live, like I've lived here on this, actually on this highway for over, well, about 15 years now, and I think this is the worst that I've seen. Yeah, these people too, they've got huge piles of snow in their yard. It's weird how it just comes across certain areas. Like, look at here. Here's a snowplow, but I mean, they've been working like crazy, day and night, really, trying to keep these roads safe, and they're doing a really good job. But I mean, you just can't help these storms that have been coming through so fast and furious. So now, here we are, we're getting close to Twin Bridges. We don't go all the way into Twin Bridges because it's perfectly clear. It's not even a problem. They don't even have the snow like we had just up there around Wisconsin Creek. And so anyway, up here, we're just going to turn around and we're going to head back. And just because it's always different one way or another. So yeah, we're right by those storage units, and yeah, we're just turning around right here. That's what this is all about. I'm trying to do this uncut, and just so you can kind of get a sense of the road conditions. Now this, since it was all clear, I made it go faster. But sometimes this section right here can be really bad. It just depends how that snow's coming in. For some reason, Twin didn't get hit as hard as we did just 5 miles up the road, or from here about 3 miles. Yeah, you can see how high those drifts are. It's not like we got a huge amount of snow, which is a good thing. It would have been really, really bad. But problem is it came in at night, right when everybody was coming home. And it was dark. You can imagine trying to drive through this. Well, you can't see right here too much, but because it's clear. And we didn't really see, the visibility for us was basically pretty good. But during the worst of the storm, this whole stretch was just really impassable. And here we go. There's another view of all those cars in the ditch. We saw some of them trying to dig out today. Most of them are still there. Kind of gives you a better sense, but look at how fast that snow's going across the road. I wish I could have got a picture of the vet's parking lot. Man, they've really been hit hard this year with snow and drifting snow. Same thing up wet Georgia. See, this is about what you're looking at most of the time. Can't see a thing. Now we're getting close to Wisconsin Creek, where it crosses under the road by the old railroad tracks there. It's always bad there. This is actually pretty mild compared to what they had to go through the other night. But it gives you a sense of what you have to be careful of and be prepared for. I mean, you can't really prepare yourself. There's nothing you can do. If you're in it, you're in it. And what are you going to do? There's a snowplow going back. They keep trying to scrape off those drifts as much as they can. So right here now, this is a really bad spot. This is Wisconsin Creek we're crossing right here. And also it's good to know that this is where a lot of deer cross. And one year we saw 13 deer killed within a month right in this area because people just don't slow down and they don't pay attention. But when you're in these low lands and wherever there's water and creeks, I mean, you got to watch out for the deer. And people who are new to the area, who haven't spent winters here, they can get into a lot of trouble. Now, here we are, pretty close, maybe a mile from Sheridan. And it's not too bad now, but except for the icy parts. And then when you get closer to Sheridan, you have to, again, when you get right into the town of Sheridan, right before it, that half a mile before it where they start slowing down, there's a reason for that because it's also a big deer crossing area. I mean, this is the deer's land. They live here. There's like 12 to 24 that just circle around back and forth, and they're pretty smart. I think they're smarter than a lot of the new drivers because they watch out for the cars, but you know, they don't always watch out. And so it's really important to slow down when you're coming into Sheridan. Like right now we're coming into Sheridan. It's 55, it drops to 45, and then it drops to 25. But anyway, I just wanted to take you on this little ride. I've driven this a million times myself, but I'm always very, very cautious, very careful, especially coming into town here, slowing down. A couple of years ago, somebody missed this curve, that greenhouse. They drove right into that lady's porch and smashed her porch. Can you believe that? Because they didn't catch the curve. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. So anyway, this is the town of Sheridan. We will make a quick pass through the town just so if people haven't been to Sheridan, Montana, you can get you can see what it looks like in the winter time. It's just a small town, a couple blocks long, but quite a people out there, which was kind of surprising to me. And you can see there's really not that much snow. It's just that those winds made visibility so bad that, you know, people couldn't even see the road. Well, anyway, I sure appreciate you watching our videos, Travels with Lucky. And Lucky is trying to get more subscribers. He needs, I think he needs about 400 more subscribers to reach his 1,000 subscribers. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, we'd appreciate that. And yeah, thanks for watching and following. Hope you enjoyed this.